Hello, my dear guys. My name is Svetlana Ray. The video is about how do I analyze videos of my students. That will help you hopefully to analyze your own video and see mistakes that you possibly can do. I will tell you about 8 criteria that I go through. Criteria number 2 is the weight direction when you straighten the knee. When we make a step, the weight has to go deeply through the ground. Like this, we can relax the upper body and we can control the movements better. The analogy is very similar to taking the stair. So when you put a leg on a stair, you straighten the knee, but the weight goes deeply through the stair. That makes you feel confident and comfortable even when you stand on one leg. When you dance, it has to be the same thing. So I check whether when a dancer makes a step, straightens the knee, the weight goes through the ground and upper body is relaxed. Or sometimes it happens that the dancer just touches the floor and the weight goes up from the floor to the upper body, and upper body gets tensed.
Okay, this thing is a little bit more tricky in my opinion to notice. Maybe it will be easier for you. And also it's kind of very intuitive because you have to see where the energy goes. Dancers who can control this thing, they understand that when they land and the knee is bent, then they can either keep it like this bent, or they can start straighten it, and then there will be like energy that you can either use for pushing, for coordination, basically for these two things, pushing or coordination. You can either use it or not use it, but when they use it, you can see that the power, the energy, the strength stays like stuck to the floor, and the upper body in the same time stays relaxed. You can see it in those examples. They are very tiny, but I hope that you will notice what I mean. Check the step with the left leg. That is happening now. Now. See what was going like? She was stamping the leg through the floor, and now she starts swiveling the hip and also straightening the knee. But you can see that like the strength stays in the leg and the upper body stays absolutely relaxed. Yeah, if you cover like this the video, you can see that the upper body is like super flowy. And also check the next step that is coming after that. So she stamps, and now this one. See, like she puts a leg on the floor and then she uses the energy, she straightens the knee, she opens the hip to push. And you can also see that this leg is like getting stamped through the floor. It gets very heavy because the weight start pushing through, and it's kind of like makes it very heavy, which is in a good way, of course. Check this step, this step now. So she loaded this leg, now she lifted a little up, but she did it consciously. And check the next one, also with the right leg. This one, see? She's straightening her knee, but you can see that like the power stayed like pushing through the floor. So here Dasha dances most of the time on her knees bent. That's why I don't have so many examples, but I hope that you got the understanding, yeah? So this, for example, was a good one as well. See, she straightened the knee, but the power stays pushing through the floor and stamping the foot down through the floor. That's why the upper body, the low part of her body stays strong, but it allows the upper body to feel relaxed. Now we come to how does video, and you can see that she also uses this energy, but not always conscious. For example, now she makes a break step on 6, and you can see that she pushes through the floor. She uses the leg, and when the knee straightens, again, the energy goes through the floor down. That allows her to push herself forward. Cool. See, that was a good step. So the straightening of her knee gave her the energy to push herself forward. Sometimes, though, it doesn't happen. You can see that I call it a double step. Where was it? I call it a double step. So this one, good. See, like the straightening of the knee gave her a push. But sometimes, if you see the step number 7 going back, here. See, she went on 6 back and also on 7 back. That means that the floor wasn't used in a proper way. And this is not always very good. So she has, again, see, 6 back, 7 back as well. Of course, the partner was staying close, but I see this thing repeats. See, again, step number 7 back. Repeating a few times, that's why I can conclude that again. See, how do you don't use that often the step number 6, even though you know how to do that. You have the right pattern. But sometimes you can see that the energy that how do you can take from the floor, you allow it to jump up either through the head, that creates this feeling of like you jumping a little, or you lose it through the hip. For example, now it was a little bit of jumping. I don't know whether you did it consciously or not. It can also be like a grooving, but to me, like again, because I see a few of those situations, I sometimes feel, and this one was also lifting, yeah, I feel that it might be just subconscious desire, like to push yourself up, or like to push yourself, but you push it up. I don't know why. This one as well, for example, will be the step up. 6, up. See, the energy, so the knee was straightening, but the energy, instead of going through the floor and giving you the chance either to launch the coordination or to take energy to push yourself forward, it just jumps up. You don't need this jump, unless you want to groove, of course. But for now, I don't think that you really want it to. Or sometimes it can go through the hip, like this movement. You can see that, like, there was an energy that you took from the floor, indeed. See, there is like a charge, which is there. And then you can use it to coordinate. You actually wanted, apparently, to use it through coordination. Whoa, I made a sticker. to use for the coordination, but because of the break in core, I will tell about this later in the next video, the energy just flew through the hip. Bam. Like it just shoot, and the coordination wasn't done entirely. It was just the hip shooting to the side. King. It looks a little broken. Not many people will notice, but to me it looks a little broken, yeah? Because simply you had the energy that you could use, but instead of using, again, this one was up. See, like the knee was straightened, but the power didn't go through the floor. Again, up. So sometimes you use it, sometimes you don't use it. Try it just to discover, like, this moment that you have this power. You can take the energy from the floor and use it for pushing or for coordinating. Do it consciously like this. You will see that the dance will gain more control. Same here with Raquel. Raquel, check this out. You sometimes, again, you also straighten the knees, but you can see that the movement, of course, is also connected with the weight over the heels. Now, for example, check the sequence of steps. Like the knees get straight, right, but you either jump up because of that, or actually, like, nothing really happens. Like you cannot see that you take additional power from the fact that your knees get straight. It's just like a weak movement, yeah, like nothing happens. I don't know. Now, for example, yeah, it got straight, and as well, now it jumped through the hip. But actually nothing, like it doesn't, this movement, this was again went through the hip. This particular movement doesn't really help you. And of course, it deprives you from the good contact with the floor. You can see that, guys, you can see that there is, the movement looks flying over the floor. Because, Raquel, you don't feel like, now, for example, see? Like, it feels like a little, like almost no contact with the floor, which is actually true. But now, again, check this moment when you start doing the routine. See, like the solo. And you can see that now you straighten the knee and the energy goes through the floor down. That allows you to coordinate the hips, and that gives you more relaxation for the upper body. So this is how it works.